Welcome to Theory 2.0. Today we're going to look at secondary dominants, how they function, and how you can incorporate them into your own music. To understand how a secondary dominant works, we need to first look at how a normal dominant chord functions. In functional harmony, each chord in a key has a role it plays in a progression. The dominant functioning chords are what lead the ear back to the tonic 1 chord. And the 5 chord, specifically the dominant 7th chord, has the most powerful resolution in functional harmony. But why does it have the most powerful resolution? 2 reasons: the movement from the 5th degree in the scale back to the root note, and the tritone resolution from the chord voicings. Tritones create powerful resolutions due to their dissonance. This is what makes a 7 diminished chord effective. Note how a dominant 7th chord has a diminished triad in it, which is why both chords have the same function. The difference is the added 5th scale degree as the bass note in the dominant 7th chord. Secondary dominants function the same way as a normal dominant chord, but they resolve to a chord that is not tonic. They briefly tonicize another chord. Let's look at an example progression. To implement a secondary dominant, pick a chord in the progression and find out what the dominant of that chord would be. Let's choose the chord A minor. Here are 3 tips to quickly find the dominant of a chord, in our case, A minor. You can count 5 notes starting on A. In a triad, the 3rd note is the dominant in that key, and a power chord is the root and 5th. We find that E7 is the dominant for A minor. The final step is putting E7 in front of A minor in the original progression. Keep in mind that when dealing with accidentals in secondary dominant chords, you use the accidentals in your secondary dominant's key, not the accidentals in your original progression. An E7 chord contains a G sharp, which is not in the key of C from our example. This chromaticism brings color, interest, and tension to the progression. There aren't any limits on how many secondary dominants you want to use. Put one in front of every chord in your progression if you want. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and hit me up on Twitter or Instagram if you need a set of ears to help with the progression you're working on, or ideas on where to take a song next. Finally, I have a PDF document on my website that highlights the theory in this video, and the PDF is set up so you can follow along with the video as well. Don't worry, there's no catch. All you have to do is click the link in the description. Thank you for watching.